Hello, chosen ones. It may shock or surprise you to hear this today, but if you are seeing this message right now, it is no coincidence. You are meant to be here. You were guided to this video because God is about to exalt you before your enemies. Party popper, yes, you heard it right. Victory is yours. Trophy, and I am here to tell you exactly why this is happening and what it means for your life as a chosen one. But before we dive into this powerful message, I need you to do something important. If you believe that you are one of the chosen ones, if you feel the resonance of this message deep in your spirit, then show your support. Hit the like button, subscribe to our channel, and help us reach our first milestone of 1,000 subscribers. Let's spread this message far and wide, because we all know that when chosen ones unite, the energy becomes unstoppable. Leave a comment with 77 down below to send a signal to the universe, a sign that you are ready to receive this powerful blessing. And here's the thing, if you are truly a chosen one, you'll stay with me till the very end of this video. If you're not, well, you probably won't last. So let's see who the real ones are. Now, let's get into it. Chapter 1. You are set apart. Chosen ones, let's dive deeper because this message is for you. It's something you've known in your heart your entire life. You are different, and not just different in a small way. You are uniquely, wonderfully, divinely different. Ever since you were a child, you sensed it. When everyone else seemed to move in one direction, you instinctively went another. You couldn't explain it back then, and you might have even struggled with it. While others were content to follow the crowd, you always felt the pull to stand alone, to go against the grain. It wasn't easy, was it? It felt isolating at times. Maybe people called you names, strange, weird, or too different, because they couldn't comprehend the light inside you. But let me tell you something today that you need to know in your soul. God set you apart for a reason. This feeling of being different wasn't a curse, even though it might have felt that way at times. It was a sign. It was a calling. When you didn't fit in, it was because you were never meant to fit into this world's mold. You were chosen by God, handpicked to be set apart. And being set apart is a double-edged sword. It's both a profound blessing and a heavy responsibility. It means you were chosen for a purpose that is unique to you, something that no one else on this earth can fulfill. And that's why your journey has been anything but ordinary. Let's be real, your journey has been marked by trials, hasn't it? You've faced countless struggles that others can't even begin to imagine. There were moments when you questioned everything. Why was life so hard? Why did it feel like you were fighting a battle that no one else could see? Why were you the one always left out, pushed aside, or underestimated? Every tear you shed was part of a divine preparation. Every betrayal, every time someone left you behind, every setback was a part of the training God had laid out for you. It wasn't punishment, it was preparation. God was molding you, shaping you, and strengthening you for the role you are about to step into. Because He is getting ready to exalt you before your enemies, and it's going to shock everyone who doubted you. Here's the truth that many won't tell you: you had to be rejected in order to be chosen. The rejection you faced wasn't a sign of your lack of worth, it was a sign of your immense value. The world couldn't see your worth because it wasn't meant to. God was keeping you hidden, protecting you, because He was preparing you to be the cornerstone. Remember what the Bible says: the stone the builders rejected has become the cornerstone. That's you, chosen one. You were the stone that everyone else overlooked. They thought you were insignificant. They didn't see the greatness within you. They didn't realize that you were the one God had selected to build something extraordinary. Now, the tables are turning. The same people who dismissed you, who belittled you, who tried to hold you back, they're going to be the ones watching as God lifts you up. They won't be able to understand it, but that's the point. God is going to use you as a sign, a living testimony of His power and His grace. Your rise is going to be unexpected, and it's going to be undeniable. They won't have any choice but to acknowledge the hand of God in your life. I want you to hear me clearly. You are ready for this. You might not feel like it. You might still have doubts. But you have been prepared for this moment in ways you can't even fully comprehend yet. God has been working behind the scenes, arranging things in your favor. The things that didn't make sense before are about to come together. You're going to look back and realize that every step, every hardship, every closed door was leading you to this point. This is your confirmation. You've been looking for a sign, praying for clarity, asking God if you're on the right path. Well, here it is. This is your sign. The reason you feel that surge of energy, that tingling sensation deep inside your spirit as you listen to this message, is because your soul recognizes the truth. You know it's time. You can feel it in your bones. You've been waiting, watching, praying, and now the wait is over. The people who doubted you, who tried to keep you down, they are not ready for what's about to happen. They won't see it coming, but you've been preparing for this. The late nights, the struggles, the loneliness, it was all part of your growth. You've been refined by the fire, and now you're coming out stronger than ever. Your enemies thought they buried you, but they didn't realize you were a seed. And now, it's time to rise. So take this message as a prophecy over your life. Victory is yours. You were not chosen by accident. You are not here by chance. God's hand is upon you, and He is about to lift you up in a way that will leave everyone speechless. You were set apart because you are meant to stand apart, and this is the season where you will shine brighter than ever before. Get ready, chosen one. The elevation is coming, and it's going to be beyond anything you've imagined. Chapter 2: The Spiritual Battles You Faced. Chosen ones, let's take a deeper look at this journey you've been on. You faced battles that most people cannot even begin to comprehend. While many struggle with external challenges, you've been waging wars in the spiritual realm, battles that aren't seen with the naked eye, but are just as real, if not more so. The truth is, you are a warrior, chosen by God Himself, and because of this divine calling, you've been targeted by the forces of darkness. The enemy recognized your potential long before you did, long before you even had a glimpse of your own power. The spiritual realm knew what you were destined for, and they launched attack after attack, all in an effort to stop you before you realized who you truly are. Think back to those sleepless nights, when your mind wouldn't rest, when anxiety gripped your heart, and fear came out of nowhere like a wave crashing over you. These moments weren't random, and they certainly weren't mere coincidences. You were under spiritual attack because of the enormous calling on your life. The enemy doesn't waste time attacking those who pose no threat. The very fact that you faced such intense resistance is evidence of the power and potential you carry inside. It's proof that you have a divine purpose, a mission placed within you by God, and the enemy has been desperately trying to derail you from the start. But here's what the enemy didn't account for: you made it through. Despite the relentless attacks, the setbacks, and the times you felt completely overwhelmed, you're still standing. Every attack that was meant to break you only ended up building you up. The spiritual battles you faced have strengthened you in ways that you might not even fully realize yet. You were forced to develop spiritual muscles, to dig deeper into your faith, and to pray like never before. In those dark moments when you couldn't see a way out, you learned to trust God completely. You've been sharpened in the fires of adversity, and now you are emerging as a finely tuned weapon in God's hands, ready for the battles ahead. Let's remember what the Bible tells us: no weapon formed against you shall prosper. Notice, it doesn't say that weapons won't be formed, it says they won't prosper. This means the attacks will come, the storms will rage, but they won't destroy you. Instead, they will only reveal just how resilient, strong, and determined you truly are. The enemy underestimated your strength, your faith, and your connection to God. He thought you would give up, that the pressure would be too much for you to bear. But instead of giving in, you kept pressing on. You chose to fight, to push through the pain, and now you're on the brink of reaping the rewards of your perseverance and unwavering faith. This is why God is about to exalt you. Your enemies thought they had you defeated. They believed they had cornered you, that their plans had worked. But what they didn't realize was that every single time they pushed you down, you were gathering strength. Every setback was setting you up for a comeback. God was using these battles as part of his divine plan to prepare you for elevation. He allowed the struggles not to break you, but to refine you, to sharpen your discernment, and to make you unbreakable. You've weathered the storm, and now the skies are clearing. It's time for your breakthrough. But this victory that's coming your way isn't just for you. It's bigger than that. It's for everyone who's been quietly watching you fight in silence. It's for the people who have seen your struggle, who know what you've been through, and need to witness what happens when a chosen one stands firm in faith, even when the odds are stacked against them. Your testimony is going to become a source of hope and inspiration for many. They're going to look at you and say, if they made it through all of that, then so can I. Your battles were not in vain, chosen one. Every hardship, every tear, every sleepless night was part of a grander plan, orchestrated by God to bring you to this moment. Now, you're stepping into a season where all the pieces will finally fit together. You're going to see the purpose behind the pain, the reason for the trials, and the divine strategy that was in place all along. The struggles you faced were not meant to destroy you. They were designed to build you up, to prepare you for the incredible things that God has planned for you. This is the beginning of your season of triumph, the moment where you start to see why it all had to happen exactly the way it did. Get ready, chosen one, because your breakthrough is here, and it's going to be beyond anything you could have ever imagined. Chapter 3: The Power of Isolation. Let's take a moment to dive deeper into the topic of isolation, chosen ones. It's something you've experienced more than most. You've spent countless moments feeling alone, and it wasn't by choice. It seemed like people were constantly drifting away from you, no matter how much you tried to connect or how genuine your intentions were. It felt like an invisible barrier kept you apart from the world. You might have wondered why this was happening. You might have even found yourself asking, why am I always the one left out, the one standing alone? But here's the truth you need to hear today. God was isolating you for a divine purpose. Isolation is not a punishment, it's a powerful tool in God's hands. He removes you from the chaos and noise of the world so that you can hear his voice without interference. When God wants to reveal his plans for you, he often pulls you away from everything and everyone that might distract you. He takes you into a quiet place, a wilderness of sorts, to refine you, to purify your heart, and to strip away everything that isn't aligned with your highest purpose. It might have felt lonely, but in reality, it was a sacred time of preparation. God was doing a deep work in you, one that required silence and solitude. Consider the great leaders in the Bible, who were isolated before stepping into their destiny. Moses was led into the desert for 40 years before he could return and lead his people out of Egypt. David spent years tending sheep in the wilderness before he became king. Jesus himself went into the wilderness for 40 days and nights before he began his ministry. And just like these great leaders, you were taken into a season of isolation for a reason. It was in those moments of solitude, when you felt forgotten and overlooked, that God was doing his most important work in you. He was molding you, shaping you, and giving you a vision for your future that could only be revealed in the quiet. You see, the world sees isolation as a curse, but in God's kingdom, it's a blessing in disguise. He uses it to set you apart, to prepare you for something great. He wanted you alone so he could speak to you directly, so he could refine your character and strengthen your spirit. This was your wilderness season, a time when God was building your faith, sharpening your discernment, and making sure that you were ready for the next level. And now, the time of isolation is coming to an end. You've completed the season of preparation, and God is bringing you into a new place. He is surrounding you with people who truly understand you, who appreciate your gifts, and who are aligned with your divine purpose. He had to clear out the wrong people, the ones who drained you, the ones who didn't see your worth, so that he could make room for the right ones. Get ready, chosen one, because your tribe is coming. The people who are meant to walk with you on this journey are about to enter your life. These are individuals who recognize your light, who see your value, and who are ready to support and uplift you. No longer will you feel alone or misunderstood. God is placing you in the midst of a community that aligns with your soul, a group that resonates with your spirit. This isn't just a random gathering of people, it's a divinely orchestrated connection. You're about to find yourself surrounded by those who share your vision, who honor your calling, and who are ready to join you as you step into this new chapter. So, embrace this moment. The season of isolation was necessary, but now it's time to step out of the wilderness and into the promised land of your destiny. You've been prepared in the quiet, and now you're ready to be seen. Get ready for divine connections, for relationships that are meaningful and true. The people you're about to meet will recognize your light immediately because their spirits are aligned with yours. This is the start of something beautiful, something you've been waiting for. Your tribe is coming, and together you're going to accomplish great things. Chapter 4. The blessings are coming. Chosen ones, let me tell you this, your season of struggle is finally over. You've walked through the valley of hardship, but now the time has come for the blessings to flow abundantly in your life. You've paid the price with your perseverance, your faith, and your unwavering spirit. You've been through the fire, refined like pure gold, and now God is ready to shower you with blessings that will surpass your wildest dreams. He has seen every tear you cried, every sleepless night when you felt the weight of the world on your shoulders. He witnessed every moment you got back up, even when it seemed impossible, even when you had every reason to quit. Now, he is about to reward you in ways you can't even begin to imagine. The Bible promises us, "For I know the plans I have for you, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you hope and a future." This isn't just a comforting verse, it's a declaration of what's about to manifest in your life. God doesn't make empty promises. He is a God who sees every sacrifice, who counts every prayer, and who remembers every act of faith. The blessings that are coming your way are going to be so extraordinary, they will leave you in awe. Get ready, because doors are about to open that no man can shut. Opportunities that you thought were gone forever are about to reappear. What you lost is being restored, multiplied, and enhanced. Divine favor is going to touch every area of your life, your relationships, your finances, your health, your career, and nothing will be left untouched by the goodness of God. And here's the most amazing part, these blessings aren't just for you. They're meant to overflow into the lives of everyone connected to you. You've been chosen to be a vessel of God's favor, to be a beacon of light that shines brightly for all to see. People who once doubted you are going to look at you with new eyes, seeing the undeniable evidence of God's hand on your life. Your rise is going to be an inspiration, a living testimony that God is faithful to His promises. They will witness the transformation and be left amazed at how far you've come, at how drastically your circumstances have changed. But it doesn't end there. Your testimony is going to have a ripple effect. Through your story of triumph, others will be encouraged. They will see what God has done for you and realize that He can do the same for them. Your blessings will become a bridge of hope for those who are struggling, a reminder that if God can elevate you, He can elevate them too. You are about to step into a new chapter, one filled with joy, abundance, and the overflowing goodness of God. And through your journey, many will come to know the incredible power and love of the one who has blessed you beyond measure. Chosen one, get ready. The blessings are not just coming, they are already on the way, rushing towards you like a river that cannot be stopped. Embrace it fully, because this is your season of divine overflow. Chapter 5, God's Vindication. Chosen ones, let's go even deeper into this powerful truth about vindication. You faced wrongs that pierced straight into your soul. There were moments when you offered your trust, your loyalty, and your love, only to be met with betrayal, deceit, and slander. People went out of their way to discredit you, spreading false rumors and twisting the truth, attempting to paint a false picture of who you are. But here's what you need to know today. God has seen every single act of injustice against you. He was there in those silent moments when you chose to hold back your tears instead of lashing out, when you kept your integrity intact even though your heart was breaking. And now, God is declaring, "Vengeance is mine, I will repay." You don't need to carry this burden or seek revenge. You don't need to try to clear your name or prove your worth to anyone. God himself is stepping in to fight for you, and he's about to do it in a way that will leave everyone around you speechless. He's getting ready to turn the tables completely. The very people who mocked you, doubted your purpose, and actively worked to hinder your progress, they will soon find themselves as mere spectators to your divine elevation. The ones who secretly hoped for your downfall, who spread negativity and lies, they are about to witness your rise. Your elevation will be a powerful lesson, a clear demonstration that when God's hand is on someone, no amount of deceit, gossip, or slander can stop his divine plan. Remember this profound truth. They tried to bury you, but they didn't realize you were a seed. The dirt they threw on you, all the lies, the accusations, and the negativity became the very soil that God used to nurture and cover you. While they thought they were silencing you, you were growing stronger in silence, hidden but not forgotten. Your roots were pushing deeper, anchored in unshakable faith and divine resilience. Now, you are emerging, sprouting up more powerful, more determined, and more unbreakable than ever before. Your branches are stretching out, ready to bear fruit that the whole world will witness. This is God's way of revealing his favor over your life. He is making it clear that he was with you all along, even when it seemed like you were losing. He was the one who shielded you, covered you, and prepared you for this very moment of divine vindication. And here's the incredible part, your enemies are going to have a front row seat to your victory. The same people who doubted you, who laughed at your setbacks, who spread false stories to tarnish your reputation, they will be there to witness your rise, and they won't be able to deny it. They'll be forced to acknowledge that it was God who elevated you, that it was his hand that protected you through every storm. They'll see, without a shadow of a doubt, that despite their best efforts, you couldn't be held down. Why? Because God's plan for your life is unstoppable. His purpose for you is set in stone, immovable by any force in this world. No one can change what God has already ordained for you. So, chosen one, it's time to prepare yourself. Your season of exaltation has arrived. Your vindication is here. Your victory is here. This is the moment you've been waiting for, the time when your light will shine brighter than ever before. It doesn't matter what has been said about you, who tried to block your path, or how many obstacles were placed in your way. When God says it's your time, it's your time. There is nothing and no one that can delay or deny what he has destined for you. You've waited with extraordinary patience. You fought with unyielding faith. You've held on to hope even when the world offered you no reason to believe. You endured every trial, every tear, and every test, and now all of it is about to be rewarded. The season of triumph you've been praying for, the breakthrough you've been anticipating, is no longer just a distant hope, it's becoming your reality right now. It's time for you to step boldly into this victory, knowing with absolute certainty that God Himself has orchestrated every moment. He's been working behind the scenes, turning everything around for your good, and now it's time for the grand reveal. This is your moment of vindication, and it's going to be sweeter, more fulfilling, and more complete than you ever imagined possible. The joy that's about to fill your life will erase the pain of every tear you cried. The peace you're about to walk into will surpass every storm you've endured. Get ready, because your breakthrough isn't just approaching, it's already unfolding before you. Your victory has arrived, and it's time for you to claim it fully, with confidence and gratitude. The best is yet to come, and it's all happening now, in God's perfect timing. Chapter 6. The unfolding of your divine purpose. Chosen ones, this is the chapter you've been waiting for, the revelation of your divine purpose. You see, God never chooses anyone without a purpose in mind. You were not just set apart for the sake of being different. You were set apart because there is a divine assignment on your life, something so unique that only you can fulfill it. And the challenges you faced, the isolation you endured, the battles you fought, they were all a part of God's plan to reveal this purpose to you. Let's take a moment to reflect on your journey. Think back to those times when you felt lost, uncertain, and disconnected from the world. Those moments were the foundation of your purpose being built. God was stripping away everything that wasn't aligned with your destiny. He was removing the distractions, the people, and the situations that were not meant to go where you're headed. It felt like loss at the time, but in reality, it was a divine redirection. God was guiding you, sometimes painfully, towards the path He designed for you. The revelation of your purpose often comes in pieces, like a puzzle being put together. You've experienced glimpses of it, the moments when you felt most alive, when you were doing something that resonated deep within your spirit. Those moments were God whispering to you, showing you a part of your divine assignment. Now, as you enter this new season, the puzzle pieces are about to come together. Clarity is coming, chosen one. What seemed confusing and unclear before will soon make perfect sense. God has been preparing a platform for you, a stage where your gifts and talents will be on full display. And this isn't just any platform, it's a divine assignment, created specifically for you. He's been equipping you, even when you didn't realize it. The skills you picked up along the way, the lessons you learned from your struggles, the wisdom you gained from your hardships, all of it was training for your purpose. You're about to step into a role that fits you perfectly, like a hand in a glove. It's the place you were meant to be all along. But here's the key, your purpose isn't just about you. It's about the people you're destined to impact. There are souls out there waiting for your light, waiting for your message, waiting for the gifts God has placed inside you. Your purpose is intertwined with the destinies of others. When you step into your purpose, you become a catalyst for change, a beacon of hope for those who are lost. You're not just fulfilling your calling, you're helping others discover theirs as well. And let me tell you this, nothing can stop you now. The enemy tried everything to derail you, to keep you from realizing your purpose. But he failed. He couldn't block what God has ordained. You're stepping into a season where the path will be made clear, where doors will open that no man can shut, and where you will find yourself exactly where you need to be. The purpose you've been searching for is unfolding right before your eyes. Embrace it, chosen one. This is your time. You've been through the preparation, and now it's time to step fully into your divine assignment. The world is waiting for you. You are about to make an impact that will echo for generations. Get ready, because your purpose is powerful, and it's about to be unleashed like never before. Chapter 7. The Season of Overflow and Abundance. Chosen ones, let's talk about the season you're stepping into now, the season of overflow and abundance. You've experienced lack, hardship, and struggle. There were moments when you didn't know how you were going to make it, when it felt like you were scraping by with nothing. But let me tell you something today, those days are over. You've sown in tears, and now you're about to reap in joy. This is your season of abundance, and it's not just a little blessing. It's an overflow, a pouring out of God's favor like you've never seen before. You see, God is a God of abundance. He never intended for you to live in scarcity or to just get by. He created you to live a life of fullness, where your cup overflows, where you have more than enough not just for yourself, but to bless others as well. The struggles you went through were preparing you for this overflow. They were teaching you the value of gratitude, the importance of humility, and the wisdom of discernment. Now that you've been through the fire, you're ready to receive the blessings without being overwhelmed by them. This isn't just about material wealth, although financial blessings are certainly a part of it. This season of abundance is going to touch every area of your life. You're about to experience an overflow of love, of peace, of joy, and of divine connections. The relationships that drained you are going to be replaced with connections that uplift you. The opportunities you lost are going to be replaced with new ones that are far better than anything you imagined. The Bible tells us, "My God shall supply all your needs according to his riches in glory." Notice it says all your needs. That means not just your physical needs, but your emotional, spiritual, and mental needs as well. God is about to fill every empty space in your life. Where you felt lack, there will be abundance. Where you felt alone, you will be surrounded. Where you felt doubt, you will have confidence. It's going to be a complete transformation, and it's going to be sudden. Prepare yourself, because when God brings overflow, it's fast and it's overwhelming in the best way possible. You're going to look around and see blessings everywhere. The same people who once looked down on you will be in awe of the favor on your life. They'll wonder how you made it through, how you got to where you are now. And you'll be able to say, without a doubt, that it was the hand of God. But here's the most important part of this season: you must stay humble and keep God at the center. The blessings are coming, but they are not the end goal. They are tools for you to fulfill your divine purpose. Use them wisely. Share your overflow with those in need. Be a light to others and a living testimony of God's goodness. The more you give, the more you will receive. This is the divine law of abundance. As you pour out, you will be poured into. So, chosen one, rejoice. This is your time of victory, your season of overflow. You've waited for this, you've prayed for this, and now it's here. Embrace it fully, and remember that this is just the beginning. God is going to take you from glory to glory, from victory to victory. You are stepping into a life of more than enough, a life where you are blessed to be a blessing. Get ready to celebrate, because the season of abundance is here, and it's here to stay. Chosen ones, we've reached the end of this powerful message, but this is just the beginning of your new season. You've been set apart, you've fought the battles, you've faced the isolation, and now you're stepping into your divine purpose, your season of overflow, and your moment of victory. Remember, everything you went through was not in vain. God was preparing you for this moment of exaltation, and now it's time to rise and shine before your enemies. If this message resonated with you, if you felt the truth of it deep in your spirit, then like this video, subscribe to our channel, and help us reach that first milestone of 1,000 subscribers. Leave a comment with 77 to send your signal to the universe, affirming that you are ready to step into your blessings. And remember, if you are truly one of the chosen ones, you stayed with me till the end, because you know in your heart that this message was for you. Play this video on repeat, let it sink into your spirit, and let the energy of this message propel you forward. Victory is yours. It's time to claim it. Get ready, chosen ones, because your elevation is here, and the best is yet to come. Trophy Party Popper sparkles.